right, back again, and today
Talking
we're
about
here
House of
to
the
talk
Dragon.
about the best tournament arc in anime. Now, there's been some good ones over the years, but which one really sets itself apart from the other tournament arcs in anime? And I'm gonna let whoever wants to go first kick off the topic. They call you look like you kind of itching to go. If you want to tell us what
Oh,
you think is the
I
best
wasn't.
tournament arc in anime history.
Oh no, I wasn't itching, but it's pretty clear it's the Dark Tournament arc, like hands down. Like Dark Tournament arc, like there's been a build up. You fall in love with these characters throughout the whole show, and granted, there's another arc after the Dark Tournament arc, but the Dark Tournament arc it perfectly displays all four of their growth, their character
Hmm.
development throughout the whole series, and it's like even the uh, even the pivotal like the villains that they fight. Yeah, Dark Tournament art, hands down, got it. It was just voted like number one out of all anime arcs. I
So
think.
I actually did see that. Before I make my rebuttal, does anybody else agree? Like, does anyone else also think the same arc, the same
Nah,
tournament? No,
I haven't
Moses.
seen it, so
Okay, you
I
haven't.
can't. I
Smoke
Never
can't
hasn't
say.
seen
seen
it.
a
Moses,
tournament
no.
art smoke.
So let me ask you this, Quan. Is there, and I do think it was a great arc, but is there any knock in the fact that the stakes never felt that high? Like you knew Team Urameshi was they had to win, right? Because like other people were, well, some people were dying, not everyone was dying, but you knew they were gonna win this. Did that kind of like deflate it at all for you, or no?
Not necessarily, because you gotta think the Dark Tournament arc. It's a very old arc, so if you watch it now, like watching it now as adults, doesn't hit the same way as when like it first came out. So when it first came out, like and you followed it every week, new episode, it's like yeah, there was an like now being older, we can kind of see where the story plot goes. Like we can kind of
Mhm.
guess what's gonna happen. But growing up at that young age, like you necessarily didn't know. Anime was new to all of us. So when it happened, when it first happened, it's like, yo, I don't know if they could win. I don't know if he could. I don't know what's gonna happen because we've seen them lose previously. It's not like they've been going through the whole show just smoking everybody. They've been going through the show getting smoked. Like they get smoked. So it's like there's a possibility
Yeah.
here you can you can get smoked, something can happen, and it's like a continuation factor.
The,
So
the only thing I meant when I said like maybe like the stakes didn't feel that high is we knew they couldn't leave there without like Tagoro was never gonna let him leave, right? So somebody had to get clipped. And it just felt like, it was not going to be Team Urameshi. And I get what you're saying, like, watching it when you're older versus watching it when you're young. But does that question how well it ages? If I feel like the older I get, I should still be able to watch it and have the same feeling. You know what I mean?
nah, yeah, I watched it like three times, and it's like it's an amazing art. It's literally the best tournament art because when you think about tournament arcs, a lot of them get interrupted. Like a lot of the arcs, it's like interruption. It's not like a full arc. You don't get to see every single fight of every character the whole way through. So this is like the perfect arc where you grow with these characters and you get to see every single one. So it's like maybe the Yusuke fight wasn't your favorite fight. Maybe the Hiei fight was your favorite fight. Maybe the Kuwabara fight was your favorite fight. It just you can just pick and choose which fight, and all of them we saw them from beginning to end. So I I take that as not many tournament arcs they get interrupted like midway through, or it'd be like some bullshit ass pull that happens. Where in this you can like they could have lost at any time.
But Mo, I wasn't sure. So are you also picking the Dark Tournament arc, or were you picking something different?
Oh no, I got something different. You know what I mean? And I definitely get your point. I would probably push back on the stakes because I feel like a lot of tournament arcs, if you really look at it in the grand scheme of things, the stakes aren't necessarily high in most of them, right? 90% of them, but that don't necessarily make them like bad. Like, and I'm gonna introduce what I feel like is the best tournament style or tournament arc in all of anime, which is, and I'm gonna go back in time, going back to the 80s, infamous Dragon Ball. And I'm gonna go with the 22nd World Tournament. This is when Goku's still an adolescent, and this is when Tien is actually the main villain.
Yep.
And I felt like the storyline in that particular time was one, it was really good. especially with the bad blood between the Crane school and the Turtle school. I feel like the focus here was the martial arts. Nowadays, when we watch anime, we see a lot of like crazy solar, universal busters, right? And it took away from the style of like actual technique and hand-to-hand combat, right? Hand-to-hand fighting. And I feel like when you go back and you watch that tournament arc, the technique and how crafty and methodical they were, I feel like that was like a dope moment. Especially, it was like the catalyst for a lot of things that actually occurred in Dragon Ball Z, right? Like Tien being the main villain, which was dope, and he actually won the tournament, right? It was like kind of like an instance of, oh, the good guys didn't actually win. Which was dope to me. Moreover, you have, techniques where, Tien showed for the first time he can do the Kamehameha, which was fire. A lot of people don't know that. He introduced like the solar flare technique and using that as kind of like a way to, get closer to, Master Roshi. Master Roshi actually fought against Tien not first, but I think second. So Yamcha fights Tien. Tien breaks Yamcha's leg after he knocks him out. So Tien fights Master Roshi. They're going at it. Master Roshi don't show his full power, but Master Roshi actually quits, which is reminiscent of Goku quitting during the Cell games.
The Cell games.
And the reason why Master Roshi quit was because he wanted to allow Goku the chance to grow in fighting Tien, which is very synonymous with that moment. So it goes to show how Goku's grown, but he's learned from Master Roshi as well. I just like the craftiness, the bluffs throughout the arc. And, we got a chance to see Goku and Krillin fight, which I don't think we've ever seen until Super. So to me, I think it's just the way the hand-to-hand combat was, how things was kind of like put together in that arc, which I consider to be the best tournament arc, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. That one was weighing heavy on my mind, but all in all, I ended up having to put it second. So I was expecting someone to throw that one out there, but that's a great one.
Yeah. So I guess we go with the next one, unless
one.
anyone got any, pushback.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie.
No, but I
like
like that. Like what you said is, it was the focus on the martial arts, and I think that's what makes it great, right? It wasn't like life or death. So I wasn't expecting that, so I could take that out of my mind and kind of just focus on, you know what I'm saying, the skills being displayed.
Right, exactly. And then we got to think when we think of tournaments, right? Since
That's
its direction through time, it was because of combat and combat through hand to hand, right? So it kind of went back to its roots, which I appreciated, but
yeah, I don't have any. I don't really have any
with that one.
for that. That was a really good one, especially because that was like that was before all the super power tournament art, all these special techniques and stuff.
Yeah. Smoke, I have the the feeling that we're gonna pick the same one, but I'm gonna let you go first.
We are. Because he actually gave me an idea when he said that one, because I was gonna choose the 23rd when Goku actually comes back
and fights Piccolo. Is that the 23rd when he fights Piccolo?
No, the 20th.
Yes, 23rd is when he fights Piccolo.
I was gonna pick that one, but speaking of all these superpowers, I'm actually gonna go with the Tournament of Power, and I choose that one because I like it a lot. I actually like Dragon Ball Super a lot. I'm not even gonna cap. The only thing I have really to say against Dragon Ball Super is the way that they sugarcoated how easy it was for the Universe 6 Saiyans to turn Super Saiyan. But other than that, like the actual fight itself, the back tingle's terrible. But like the actual tournament itself, like when it got cracking, like when it really got busting. The first time Goku entered Ultra Instinct and he had all the gods shook, and then something a lot of people don't remember or realize, that tournament was only 45 minutes in quote unquote Earth time. So Goku and them's time limit was 45 minutes, and he achieved Ultra Instinct 3 times in 45 minutes after not achieving it at all, training with Whis. Another feat that I really liked that they did was when 17 cracked the Love Girls when they were transforming, and everybody got heated, and you can't do that. You got to wait for them to fuck all that. Smack them. Get on that Aaron timing. I like when you don't I'm not about to sit here and wait for you to transform. I'm creasing you. Like, we're not about to do this. We're not about to sit here and fight on a parallel level. If I'm stronger than you, I'm That's what
Yeah.
17 was on. So I like that. Another thing that I really liked in the whole tournament was when Goku was using the Kamehameha against Kefla. When they threw out they wave bomb, and then Goku was in Ultra Instinct, and he slid across theirs with the Kamehameha, and then jumped right in front of them, and then blasted them up. That was insane. Like that animation, we're not seeing nothing like that right now. Maybe with Demon Slayer and JJK, but. Maybe even Kaiju number 8. I haven't watched it, but I know that animation is going crazy.
Okay. So,
but yeah, I got the Tournament of Power solely too because of like, it was just so good seeing Jiren. Like Jiren should have won. That's one thing I don't like either. Jiren should have been the winner of that whole tournament because he was smoking everybody. Goku had nothing for him for real. Even when he was in like his quote unquote mastered Ultra Instinct, even Jiren was. He still had like hidden potential, I think, reserved that we didn't even get to see yet. Because they were saying he's stronger than his God of Destruction. I forget the clown's name.
Yeah, the dude that Vegeta beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Topo, not the big mustache dude. The actual
no,
god
his
that
actual
was there.
god.
Okay.
Belmont or something like that. I forget his name. It starts with a B.
Belmont,
but the clown one.
Something like that.
Yeah. That Jiren was stronger than him, and then I don't know. I just liked I know it's a huge influx of new characters that we got introduced to, but I liked it because Dragon Ball's always been like that huge cast, and it's like you get to pick and choose who you get to like and who you don't want to like, and because like I even like the Universe 6 girl, the KO girl, the frail one, and when she turned Super Saiyan, she's like the Broly of their
like
universe.
Broly,
yeah, like that's fire. Like I like seeing stuff like that.
Quan did not feel it that.
He don't like it.
Yeah, I guess.
I like it. I like it because the last thing that we had got before that was GT. So it's like I liked it. You know,
GT better than Super.
What GT is not better than Super? I don't know yet. I need time to think about that. But so what I like about the Tournament of Power is the battle royale style. I think that was pretty cool. You know, just everyone kind of just fighting. But I guess, is there just too many lows in the Tournament of Power for it to be the best tournament? You know what I'm saying? Because I do think there's some highs. I think it's probably overly hated because it's roped into some of that super hate, right? But is there too many lows along with those highs for it to be the absolute best? You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. Like when they focus too much on that universe, I think it was Universe 2 with the Love Girls. They focused too much on them.
They dragged this tournament forever, bro. Just for us to get a couple episodes of like what we was all waiting for, Goku versus Jiren. And Jiren didn't fight the entire. He was literally chilling the entire tournament.
Majority of it.
I like
it though. It's one of my favorites.
Everything. I'm not even gonna say nothing because maybe I'm biased.
No, you can say
I might be biased.
I'm choosing recency bias. That's why I picked it.
Super to me is ass.
I'm not gonna lie.
Super is ass.
I'm gonna be honest. GT is definitely better than Super, bro.
Yo, bro. Yo, Super.
But you know what's crazy? One thing though, I do feel like Super had some like.
It does have some great.
They have some pivotal moments in there, like Goku going UI. That's like younger kids gonna remember that. Like that's like big. You know what I mean? Jiren, great character to me, in my opinion. But that's probably the best thing out of this Tournament Power for sure.
Yeah. What I like about I like that they finally gave Vegeta a dub. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's just it's too much of a running trope for Vegeta to perform so well and then just end up losing. You know what I mean? So I like that he got what I think was a significant dub in the tournament. You know what I mean? I like that. But
everybody knew they was going like you were saying about the stakes thing, bro. It was like they was gonna win no matter what. There was no way they were gonna lose. And then on top of that, didn't they say if he would have wished for something else, they would have just blew up everything, just killed everybody. If the person didn't wish for all of the universes back, they would have just got rid of everything.
I don't remember that part. It's not that.
You're right. I don't know.
It's not that.
I remember that. Yeah,
Zeno said that, right?
Zeno said that. Yeah, Zeno
was
playing
like,
that little plushy character. Dude, he's probably the most.
And then the Zeno character, bro. Bro, the tournament started because he just He's just bored. He's
Mm-hmm.
bored. Like, yo, let's just have everybody fight. Like, it wasn't really no like build
I
up.
liked it though. That's my
Yeah.
favorite
All
for
right.
right now.
So I think we got some. I think some good ones were covered. There's still some good ones out there. If I have to go, and I don't think this is gonna shock anybody, if I have to pick, I got to go with the Chunnin exams.
Yep. I knew it. I knew
So,
it.
so
I didn't pick it because last week somebody said I know nothing about Naruto, so I had to go a different list, you know.
nah, but the reason I have to go with the Chunnin exams is because as they're going through the written portion, obviously I want to focus on the combat portion, right? It, like I said, it didn't feel like, okay, these are life or death, right? It wasn't like the only way to get out of this. It wasn't the Hunger Games. The only way to get out of this is somebody dies, right? So I think up to that point in the story, I think we could agree, at least I, this is my take on it. Sasuke would beat Naruto in a fight, right? Unless, we get some Nine Tail stuff, you know what I mean? So to see Sasuke go through and get humbled by Rock Lee, right? Then I'm like, okay. Because going into, like, if I'm thinking if a tournament is gonna happen, I'm thinking, okay, Sasuke is gonna win this because he's gonna beat Naruto. But because Sasuke was looking dumb nice up until that point, then we see Sasuke get humbled by Rock Lee. Then I'm just like, wait a minute. But then Rock Lee is like, yo, I can't even touch this guy over here, Neji, right? Then we see Gaara, and then I'm just like, yo, I really couldn't really pinpoint. And I know it ran into that cliche that you said, Quan, where it really doesn't finish, but I really couldn't pinpoint who I thought was going to win it, because so many variables were being thrown at me and I didn't think it was life or death, right? So it's not a situation where I'm like, okay, our main characters have to live because the story has to progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, we kind of saw who was supposed to win it, though. Like, Gaara was supposed to win it. Like, they were.
But was he supposed to win, or was he just this force that was on the scene? You know what I mean?
Nah, because it's like.
So I think.
No.
I'll argue this.
Neji should have never lost.
Huh?
Neji should have.
But I think. Let me argue this. I think Neji was supposed to win, like consensus of the characters, because the Gaara. I think Gaara was a bit of a mystery, right? I think Neji was the prohibited favorite because people were aware of Neji. They were aware of his clan. And like, okay, so this guy is supposed to win. But now you have that force over there and people don't understand, like, what is going on? Why can't you hit him? You know what I'm saying? So then that confuses me because I'm like, yo, people are saying, like, Neji is the one slapbox champion of the world. Slap the heck out of Hinata. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, how can he beat Gaara, though? It was a mystery, like, how anybody could beat Gaara till Rock Lee dropped them weights, right? Then you're like, oh, it was just so many variables being thrown at you. I think legit, like it was hard to see who was gonna win that.
No, the reason why I say Gaara is because Rock Lee was only able to get those hits off and everything because of his speed and because of the gates. Nobody else past Rock Lee doing that. Like, granted, Sasuke tried to copy Rock Lee's speed, and with the Chidori, you need a certain amount of speed, but you ain't really got what. I'm not gonna lie. I think Rock Lee at that, like Rock Lee and Sasuke at that point, Rock Lee still beat Sasuke with Sasuke learning the Chidori and copying Rock Lee's speed. If they was to fight, Rock Lee still beat Sasuke. And so it's like,
I think so.
If Gaara already beats the only person who can beat him, who's beating him?
But I think Neji beats that Sasuke.
No. But I'm saying like.
So you think Neji beats that?
Do you think he's saying they're going to saying do Neji beat Rock Lee? Yes.
Yeah.
Rock Lee using for open gates.
See, no, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest.
Rock Lee, because it's like Neji didn't even know about the gates because Rock Lee said he was specifically saving that for Neji. So it's like Neji didn't know about it. So he don't know. You have no way to combat that speed. So it's like, yo, bro, it's really Rock Lee up here during like.
It's hard to say, bro. Neji got Neji got one minuscule blind spot, bro. It's hard to say because we don't see him have to counter it. You know what I'm saying?
He needs enough time to rotate to counter.
Yeah, I don't think
he don't have enough time to rotate.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah, he's gonna get blitzed, bro. And the only way to beat Rock Lee, clearly, you got to be able to weather the storm. And Gara had enough with his sand to weather the storm. Neji don't have that defense capability, nor does Sasuke. Sasuke's Sharingan, but he only has 2 Tomoes at that point. So I don't know if he's able to. He got the curse mark as well, but
he don't know how to control the curse mark. And
yeah,
it
I don't
wasn't
see
even a full body. Like it was just
Yeah, I think Gara was just a perfect matchup for him, and he just happened to weather the storm until Gara kind of gassed out, and you know what I mean. But yeah, I agree with that.
But so here's the thing. Obviously, Rock Lee is stronger than this person, right? But do we think in a battle that there's no way Shikamaru could have outsmarted him and trapped him with the shadow?
No.
There's no way.
No.
But like that's not possible at all,
bro.
How is it not?
Bro, no.
How is it not?
Bro, Chunnin exam, Rock Lee. I don't think people understand. He went up to what? The 5th gate? It was the 5th gate, right?
I think so.
It was the 5th?
Or it might have been the 6th. I don't remember. It might have been.
It don't even matter. Rock Lee, with no weights, no gates, bro. You're not catching him.
But the shadow's already there.
Because it's like the only Gara couldn't even see him, and this was pre-gates. Gara couldn't even keep up with him, and then once he unlocked the gates, it's over. So for Shikamaru Shikamaru needs understand. Like, granted, his battle IQ when things go on is very fast, but
nah, he's not gonna be able to keep up.
But he's not irrational. He's not irrational. He's like he'll see something, and be like, yo, I don't have anything to beat that. So it's like, I'm just back out. Shikamaru,
I'm gonna be honest, he has nothing.
To be like, oh, I could do this.
Open into gate 5
really
part 1.
Create a whole
gate 5, okay,
multiple scenarios, and be like, none of these scenarios are gonna work. So
it's just the way Rock Lee was blitzing. Like, if you watch back, he disappeared.
Yo, bro,
with his weights off, bro. There's no way. Unless Shikamaru, and then also we've seen. The shadow technique is also contingent upon, the user's strength of how they can hold someone in place, right? So we don't even know if even if Shikamaru somehow catches Gara, if he opens up the gates, if he can hold him in place and prevent him from. I just don't see it happening. I agree with Daquan. I'm gonna be honest.
So all right. So wait, watch this. So we think Rock Lee was gonna win. You think Rock Lee was gonna win the tournament then in that case?
Yeah. If there was no Gara. Rock Lee,
but Gara was there. So do we think Rock Lee was
if he would have beat Gara,
if Rock Lee would have beat Gara without getting his leg injured, he would have won.
Okay, but this is a side character we're talking about, and this is why it's the best tournament arc, because it's not incumbent on the main character's success.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. I agree with you. I think the Chunnin exam is the best art. I think you for me, you convinced me, because we have so many different scenarios that we can swap out, and styles make fights, right? So we're looking like, okay, who can, and we can have a good case, like a good case for each of them. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Nah, I think it's just the one fight, because it's just the Rock Lee and Gara fight that makes the Chunnin exam what it does. That's literally.
Was Sasuke and Gara trash? Sasuke and Gara wasn't trash.
Bro,
yeah, it wasn't. I would say that.
Okay. It wasn't trash.
Because we got a top 5 fight during this fight, but the other fights were not trash.
But you got to understand, the Rock Lee and Gara fight is literally people put as a top 3 fight in all anime of all time. Like, that's how beastly that Rock Lee and Gara fight is. It's like, you gave us that, and then everything after that wasn't on par.
That's just bolstering the case, though.
It wasn't even close, though. Like,
so Daquan, let me ask you this. So yes. So you're saying the Rock Lee Gara fight is carrying the Chunnin exam, right? But let's say that fight doesn't happen, right? Would the Chunnin exam in and of itself still not be considered like a top 5 tournament arc in all the anime?
I don't think so. I think the style with the written exam, and then the forest, and the tournament. I think that's cool. It might be number 5, if that. But there's no.
Okay.
Like, you're not
so there's 4 tournament arcs better than the Chunnin exam.
Look, the Chunnin exam is where you fall in love with the characters. So if the Rock Lee and Gara fight doesn't happen, you don't necessarily, because it's like you don't really fall in love with Neji during the Chunin exams just because we all see it's an ass pull because Naruto should never be him. And if there's no Rock Lee and Gara, then Sasuke doesn't become who he is. Because Sasuke, he sees the Rock Lee and Gara fight, and then he realizes, yo, I need to work harder to keep up. I'm not at that level, so I need to work to get to that level.
Sasuke was always going to become who he was because Sasuke was chasing something even greater than them. Like they may have been obstacles along the way that, you know, there was a checkpoint, but he was always chasing something much bigger than them. So Sasuke was always going to become what he became.
No, not necessarily, because it's like he didn't have a measuring stick at that point. There was no measuring stick for Sasuke at that point. So at that point, Sasuke thought he was the best of the best, and to keep it like he was, because if Naruto beats Neji like that, like who's challenging Sasuke if there's no Rock Lee and Gara?
That was bad writing. But
let me throw another foil in this.
For him to know he needs to elevate more.
let me throw a foil in this. There was already a measuring stick because Sasuke was getting whipped on by Haku. So Sasuke already knew there was people out there stronger than him, right? And if you do Haku in the Chunin exams, I think Haku performs pretty damn well.
That yo, I don't even understand how you could use that. Like
but you saying this is a measuring stick, but what I'm saying is what Sasuke painting is Itachi, bro. It's so many levels. So these obstacles along the way, bro, these don't define Sasuke because they're just small obstacles in the ultimate goal. Itachi was still gonna pull up and be levels above Sasuke no matter what Sasuke had or had not done. And Sasuke is always gonna be chasing that.
Where was Sasuke's level after the Chunin exam?
Still nowhere near Itachi, what he was chasing.
No, but I'm saying, like, who within that group, within that age bracket, or even like within the village was on, like, was Sasuke chasing? Like, who was he? Who
told you
were
he was chasing?
No, I'm like
Naruto in the way, in a sense.
Yeah, but he knew Naruto wasn't on his level.
I mean, but let's be for real.
I mean, but
Naruto
when Kakashi
was very capable,
and then he seen what he did to the back of the water vent. He realized, oh, like Naruto would have smoked me.
Yeah,
and that's what made him go with the Ninja Sound 4 because he realized he still was a little behind.
So I do think Naruto beating Neji is bad writing, but let's be completely honest here. When the Kurama started coming out, bro, there was no telling what was going to happen at any moment. You know what I'm saying? And we did not know how much of Kurama was going to come out. So Naruto was always a live dog.
No, yeah, but the focus is the Chunin exam, right? I feel like we're getting away from the focus of the Chunin exam and Sasuke's progression during the Chunin exam. His progression towards the end of the Chunin exam wouldn't have happened without the Rock Lee and Gara fight. That's my main point.
But what are you saying is all right? So
because in order for him
to only beat Neji because of the non-tails, so the non-tails is definitely in play in the Chunin exam.
No, I'm talking like for Sasuke. In order for Sasuke to reach the ability to use his Chidori, he had to use his Sharingan on during the Rock Lee and Gara fight in order to see what he needed and copy that entire. Like he literally says it during the arc. He's like, yo, without that fight, like he needs to copy Rock Lee's speed and movement in order to be able to generate enough force to even use the Chidori. And we know that Chidori is his main move. So it's like if he doesn't have the Chidori towards the end of the Chunin exam, then it's like he doesn't have the speed and he doesn't have the Chidori. So it's like who like what?
But he went off and trained with Kakashi to come back, right? So you don't think Kakashi is smart enough to tell him the things that he needed?
No, but Kakashi told him he needed that. Like he needed that.
So what does it matter that he saw it? Kakashi is intelligent enough to know what he needs to win the battles.
No, your whole point would like take away the Rock Lee and Gara fight. The Chunin exam still a Chunin exam. And it's like, no, it's not.
Nah,
Because
I think so.
it definitely is, bro. Like even minor fights, like I said, when Shikamaru fought Garo's sister, that's still a good fight, bro.
But it's not, bro.
That's what I'm saying. We got a top 5 fight in that arc, but the other fights were great as well.
But the other fight, bro, the other fights compared to, because you're like, the style is cool, like the tournament style with the 3 phases, that's cool, but I don't really get anything without the Rock Lee and Gar fight. You think we're the Rock Lee and Gar fight, and it's like,
that's cool. I hear you. That's good. Personally, me, I still think there was definitely some good fights there. I think both could be true. Both could hold true. You could have like a top 5 fight, but then all the other fights. I think the reason why when you see all the other fights as being fodder or not is because the Rock Lee and Gara fight elevated it so crazy that now when you see the other fights subsequently afterwards, your expectation is lowered. But I guarantee you, if you would have seen Sasuke versus Gara and he pulls up the Chidori, you'd have been like, oh, this is a really good fight, behind without having the Gara and Rock Lee fight. You know what I mean? Because you would want something as a replacement. So I think it's just, I get it. Yeah, it's a top 5 fight, and you're entitled to your opinion. We're carrying the Chunnin exam. You got a good case, but I still think the other fights were relatively still good or decent, in my opinion.
Yeah, those are good fights, but more topics to come. So I'll let people jump in the comment section and tell us what they think is the best tournament arc in anime. It could be one that we chose, it could be one that we didn't choose. We'd love to see it. So make sure you guys like and subscribe and drop that in the comment section.
And let us know. And let us know if the Chunnin exam got carried by Rock Lee versus Gara fight.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. But
I think Naruto and Kiba carried it, but